To some, the new spiritual influence from the East is a threatening intrusion. They are alarmed when their children renounce their way of life and follow teachings which seem so alien. Could they have been brainwashed? Madonna Slavin's family turned their concern into dramatic action.
This isn't just a Hare Krishna devotee being kidnapped. It's a matter of religious persecution. She came out here with her fiancé. The family members requested that he remain in the car, that it was a family matter. He saw men grab her and pull her in. And he called the devotees and explained what happened back at our center in Los Angeles. He came back here with the police. They wouldn't let them in the house because they didn't have a search warrant. So by the time the devotees got out here, by the time the police did get out here with a search warrant, she was gone. And it's not that we're just saying one of our members is taken. This is an issue everyone should be concerned with. We're a minority religion, we're being persecuted.
Madonna Slavin escaped. Charged with false imprisonment, members of her family were released on a $100 bond. 2 professional deprogrammers were not apprehended.
Still believes that Madonna's been brainwashed.
That very definitely. They feel that she does not have her own will at all, and that she is under the mind control of the Krishna cult.
Apparently there were people involved from other states who were brought in with respect to this attempt on Madonna Slavin, and apparently they're still at large.
Testifying before a Superior Court judge, Madonna charged that she had been kidnapped by her own family in an attempt to deprogram her, to change her religious beliefs.
I would just say that she's not in a very good psychological condition. She's vacillating extremely.
She doesn't know what she was...
She's vacillating extremely. How was her mental attitude?
She sounded fine. No difficulties at all. She was able to answer all the questions. She has phone numbers and names and license numbers memorized.
I have no objection to her religious beliefs at all. Only thing I object to is the psychological brainwashing techniques that were used on her to convert her to her beliefs.
You know, the charge that Madonna just sits around and chants all day and is brainwashed is, you know, actually, the real people who should be examined in this brainwashing charge are the parents who have been brainwashed by the professionals to think that this is a proper legal approach to solving a problem.
Don't push against... All right, folks, now step out.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Clear the way now. Back, please. Clear the way now.
I can't say at this time.
Are you bitter about what's happened? You told the court that you were kidnapped now.
Yes, I was.
You went in the press charges?
I don't know.
Take your statements over there, please. Back it away. Back off. Back off, everybody.
You call it an assault.
I just want my legal rights, my God-given rights, and my rights given to me as an American citizen. Hare Krishna. We decided we would go over to the hospital and see my grandmother before she died. So when I walked over to the door, my family stood up and they started enclosing it around me. And then when I opened the door, then I was grabbed. They grabbed me by the shoulders, my brother and my brother-in-law, and they actually picked me up off the ground and put their hand over my mouth. But I pulled it down and I called out for Krishna. They threw me into the bottom of a van and then sat on me and covered my mouth so I couldn't make any noise. Afterwards, they said that although I cried out for Krishna, he didn't pick me up. But actually, I knew immediately that he had picked me up, and I was fully protected. The deprogrammer with the blonde hair said that she knew enough about brainwashing herself that she could make me break. And then she said how they kept Patty Hearst in a dark closet for 3 weeks without any food. And she mentioned the old Chinese torture of putting bamboo under the fingernails.
I feel very sorry for the Slavins. I know what they're going through, and my heart really bleeds for them. They did what they thought was good. They had no legal means. They had no other recourse but to do what they did, and I'm not advocating kidnapping. There must be a better way. But parents get to the end of the rope sometime, and they don't know what else to do, and they love their children.
They even questioned why I was a vegetarian, They asked what I would do if they brought eggs into the room, if I would eat them or not. They wanted me to break my vow that I'd taken.
And this is where the legal issue is of central importance. When you have an American prisoner of war in a North Korean prisoner of war camp who has been completely and successfully brainwashed, he will go through something very similar to a religious conversion, in a sense where he will make a declaration that my former capitalist way of life was worthless. I have now found the truth in communism, and it's a very similar phenomenon to a type of conversion experience that you will find among these cults.
They said that I didn't have any free will, but actually they were the ones who were trying to take away my free will. They were trying to convince me that I'm this body, that my only purpose is to enjoy this body.
2 weeks after her abduction, Madonna Slavin and Edward Walford were married in a traditional Hindu wedding ceremony attended by some 2,500 people. Later, $100 fines were suspended for members of her family after they pleaded no contest to misdemeanor charges of false imprisonment.